Hello. It is on. Oh. Share your love.
Share your love. Got it. Yeah. Share your love.
We're gonna sing. We're gonna sing a song. Who's around? Right away, right away. You gotta sing it louder. These people seem so far away.
They seem so far away.
Oh, someone's coming. Hey, we're gonna open in just a minute here. Hi. You can come over here. Happy afternoon, July 21st, on Hulu Farms, Vital Living Spiritual Organization. How are we doing on sound? Okay, hi, please have a seat wherever you want. Say again. Oh, okay, do I need to talk louder? Okay, we're gonna open our little gathering here this afternoon with a little song. Okay, maybe I'll just instead of hunching. For those new folks here, this is the Vital Living Spiritual Organization gathering in July. We have it about 4 times a year. We are a spiritual nonprofit, and we are doing service projects around the island when we can, and we're offering educational services. And we have a little core group of people that are here to share with you today a little bit. So we start with a song, a little very, very short song together. And it's really about what Vital Living is kind of represents or stands for. Really sharing. And then there's a lot of distractions in the world. Keep us from maybe being able to share our love as easily as we want to. So the next line is clear the static away. So it's share your love, clear the static away, and then it's embrace the vital in your life today. Because really, what Vital Living stands for is what is essential and what is vital in your lives. So that's the third line. Share your love, clear the static away, embrace the vital in your life today, and then vital living, vital way, mahalo, which is, of course, we thank you so much. Mahalo, mahalo, aloha e, give your love. And Kendall, thank you for beautiful music. Always opens our gatherings, and we're going to see if we can sing it together, and you can join us.
Share your love, clear the static away. Embrace the vital living, vital way. Mahalo, mahalo, aloha e. Share your love, clear the static away. Embrace the vital in your life today. Vital living, vital way. Mahalo, mahalo, aloha e. Share your love, clear the static away. Embrace the vital in your life today. Vital living, vital way. Mahalo, mahalo, aloha.
All right.
Awesome.
And we're going to have some more awesome music after we have our little talk here by some of our dear friends and the excellent drummer here, Babatun Keith. Okay. So let's see. Where should we begin? She's so smart. A good performer. For those of you who haven't been here before, we gather 4 times a year, and we stand for many, many things. We're my dear friend Nicole McNamara and myself organized Vital Living a couple years ago, and every month we have a theme, and it helps us sort of focus on. Oh, new folks, hi! It helps us focus on what we want to share that month, but it just kind of gives us a stepping stone for where people want to go, and it's really about community, bringing community together. And for example, on that wonderful table, in case people are interested, anytime during the gathering, or especially after, we made some let's see, not gluten-free pasta with shiso pesto, and that's from our garden. And then we have some orange, tangerine, lime juice, also from the farm, which is wonderful. And we made ulu. We just had ulu come from our tree. And so there's 2 types of ulu, and there's all these other amazing, wonderful things. Oh, guacamole. We have so many avocados. I just want to tell people there are a big tray of avocados right there that you please help yourself to. They actually fell from a tree a tree just fell down. So they actually don't know how long they will take to ripen, but I'm sure you'll be patient and they will ripen. So those are avocados. There's more inside. So please help yourself. And there's some more ulu. So we made some guacamole from our farm as well. And then everyone else brought some amazing things too. So you're welcome to share if it's unusual or you're not sure what's in it for other people. So today's theme is really about freedom. And so I thought I would just start a little bit with where it came from and a little bit about why we chose that theme today. So I'm a naturopathic physician for people that don't know that already. And my training is sort of all about empowering people and allowing people to find what is true for themselves and not always to be really telling people what they should do, what they need to do. So I kind of pull a lot of that from my upbringing as well, of course. And one of my favorite books in my high school years actually was a little tiny book called Jonathan Livingston Seagull by Richard Bach. Who's read it? Oh, see, a few people have read it. And I kind of held on to this little book while I was growing up in those really important years in my life because I felt like I didn't necessarily want to just take what everyone said in the world as what was true for me, because maybe it was true for them or true for a group of people, but not necessarily true for me. So what I really wanted to do was find who I was. And I also didn't want to be just like a seeker my whole life, like searching. I really wanted to see what I could find and then encompass that and embrace that and explore that and then move on to other things that I could find again, rather than always looking like I wasn't satisfied or I didn't have enough. So I found this little book because Jonathan Livingston Seagull, who was a seagull that wanted to spread his wings and be different. He wanted to see what flight was like, even though seagulls were supposed to just like dive for the fish and that was it. But he was different, and he thought the world was bigger, and his meaning, his purpose for life was broader and different. And so he explored things that were sort of outside the realm of what everyone else said that he had to be or what he needed to do. So it inspired me to think about like so freedom, and not people think different things about freedom, like what it means to be free. And we're going to have a little community sharing after if we can, and maybe you can think about what it really means to you, what freedom means, and how it means, how you come across being free, and what how you can be free. Because some people say, well, we're all, if you have freedom of choice, that's what freedom means. I can do anything I want to do anytime, at any place, and that's what freedom is. But I think after years of exploring this freedom thing, because that's what I put in my high school like yearbook, free to be me. And then after I left high school, I thought, like, who is me? I mean, who am I? I had like no idea really about who that person was, so that I wasn't able to be free from who I truly was. I was still like being free from all these people that told me what to do and how to be and how to think and what am I supposed to do next in life, especially my parents, who, bless them, did such a wonderful job, but really had this controlling sort of way of what they thought was right and wrong. And that's, I'm glad I'm still here. I'm safe. I'm still alive. I might not have been if they hadn't, let me go off the mat. But, at the beach, they would say, you're free, go play, do anything you want to, but don't stay on the mat. And so, and I was like, there's something wrong with this picture, just slightly, but I couldn't really figure it out as a kid, and they would say, yeah, choose anywhere you want to go to college. And I wanted to go to Berkeley, and they're like, but it's not Berkeley because it's too radical. And so I went to UCLA, where my sister was, which was great. But it was interesting growing up and exploring this whole thing about freedom and what it felt like and what it meant. And so I thought it would be kind of a good day to take a moment to, just explore that in our own beings. And to do that, sometimes it takes space and quiet. So I won't keep chattering and talking. I'm going to lead you through a little breathing exploration that's really, really, really simple. Because I was taught that really we have all the tools inside of us, and really we do need to, we can find out really true what is true for us, and be that true person and be that best person we can be in life. So instead of telling you how to breathe, I wonder if we could take a moment to put our feet on the ground, or your sits bones on the ground if you're sitting on the ground, or your feet, and just ground into center earth, into Mother Earth, and just check in with your breath for a moment. Not how you think you should breathe, how you were supposed to breathe. You can close your eyes, you can leave them open and look in the beautiful sky or the trees. There's not so much direction, because then you can find out, or you can explore really what is your breath. Is your breath shallow? Is your breath deep? Do you breathe into your chest, or maybe you breathe into your belly, or maybe you breathe into your toes? Who knows where your breath is going? And just sit with your breath and allow yourself to explore. And in that way, make it your own personal prayer. And breathe that beautiful, amazing Hawaiian air in to every part of you with so much gratitude, so much appreciation of being who you are today. And it might be different than tomorrow or yesterday. But just checking in, just taking that time. And as you're watching your breath, just the physical sensation sometimes of your breath as it goes in and out of your nostrils or your mouth, wherever you're breathing. As you're watching it, you can also put your attention for a moment on the rest of your whole being, Let's imagine that there's an egg that cracks on top of your head and it's kind of drifting down your body, and you can say, what does my head feel like? And my eyebrows, maybe, and my chest, maybe, or my neck, whatever it is you need to explore down your body all the way, taking as much time as you need, just being present, really, really present in this moment, and all the other distractions and all the other static in the world just drifts away for a little bit. And noticing the gentle breeze, maybe the little sounds of nature or the freeway or your heart beating, whatever it is. And maybe take a moment to even just check in with your spine. How does it feel? Does it feel crooked, straight? Does it feel windy? Does it feel compressed or lengthened? Or it's hard to feel? Just check in. Just be aware. Just observe. Take that powerful moment to experience this moment and who you are. Great. And slowly you can bring your awareness back to this place and the people around you and the grass beneath you or the chair beneath you. And if you feel called to share a little something, to say anything you have to say about freedom, this is very, very relaxed, friendly gathering. So as you come back in, if something comes to you that you want to share, you're welcome to come up here for a moment and just say something if you feel that. And then we're going to do some little art project. And then we're going to do a little movement. And then we're going to have some music. So, does anyone want to share a little something? Maybe? Corey. Corey's another of our little ambassadors for Vital Living. She's an amazing Ayurvedic practitioner, and we always love to hear a few things that she has to share. Thanks.
Aloha, everybody. Can I sit down? Do I have the freedom to sit down? Ah, the sun. Right. Okay. Anyways. I think I'm okay, yeah. I think that, Lori, you're such an amazing speaker. I'm always so impressed every time that we're here, your voice and your cadence, and you have a way of connecting with people. And in particular today, I'm like, wow, she could have, that could be like, those are all the things I wanted to say. The one thing I would change is that the book I got hooked on was Illusions instead, but same author. Same author. And just the idea of freedom when I was a kid, always seeking freedom of just knowing who I was, and the freedom to be me and the freedom to share my thoughts and ideas. And for a long time, I didn't have the confidence to do that. And I would get into like arguments with people and I would just cry because it was so emotional what I wanted to share, my perspective, but I didn't have a way to express what seemed to be the truth to me because I didn't know what it was I was trying to explain. And then I learned yoga and Ayurveda, and those two things gave me a language and they gave me confidence to speak about things that seemed normal to me, but I needed a language to be able to explain them to other people. But I think the thing that I was seeking the most was just that I could be anything that I wanted to be. I could have anything that I wanted to be, that there were no limitations on me. If I could imagine it, I could be it. I could have it. And that's what I've been seeking or trying to find through my study of Ayurveda and yoga, is just a knowing of self and a knowing of how I interact with nature, and a freedom to live in communion with nature in a way that seems valuable to my personal well-being. All of that study has led me to searching for more and more ways to talk about this sort of on the edge kind of ideas of, maybe we could regenerate a whole arm, maybe we could regenerate organs in our body. Like, are these things possible? And then coming across teachers, Western teachers who are, I don't know if anybody knows who Joe Dispenza is, but people like him that are sort of taking the science behind why yoga nidra works, or why moving our awareness around different parts of the body is so important, that it's not just a being aware, you're actually bringing your heart and your brain into a resonance that allows other parts of you to be more aware of, bigger and broader things. And so I'm sharing all of this with my clients as they're coming in and out, every week more and more. And I'm on this, like, you can do it. Like, you can overcome any illness. Like, you are not the illness. And one day one of my clients comes in and she goes, yeah, dude, you know the story about Joe Dispenza? Do you know who has a very similar story? And I'm like, no, who has this? Who? And she says, Lori. Lori has a very similar story of healing herself from a traumatic injury through the power of her own meditation. And I don't even know all the details of it, but I know it's super rock star action of being in connection with your mind and body and meeting the potential of what we can do as humans. And that was very inspiring. It was right here in my own community. I didn't have to look to the audiobooks or listen to those stories. It was somebody right here that could do it, which is proof to me that we can do anything. If one person can regenerate their own thyroid, then we all have the possibility to regenerate any part of us that feels lacking or not whole. So that's the freedom I hope you all find. Thank you.
Does anyone else be called to share anything? And you can throughout the night too, or throughout the evening. And if anyone doesn't know that, I didn't know that. I did not know that I was compared to Joe Dispenza at all. But I did a long time ago have a really bad injury, and I know most of you know that. I'm not going to tell the story now, but I did break my neck. I got run over a car and broke my neck in 9 places. And the freedom there was that I was lying on the road, and of course they told me I had to go because I was very badly injured, and then hit my car and flew over the red Miata, because it was speeding down Kapahulu Avenue. But I, was just lying there, and I'm like checking in with my body, and I could move my toes, and I was like, I can still move my toes. That's a good sign. And I had this really feeling that I needed to do something different, like Jonathan Livingston Seagull or whatever it was. I wasn't going to fly, but I was going to crawl to the sidewalk and heal my neck, and which I did. And I didn't end up having neck surgery, even though I had 9 fractures and a bone fragment that had migrated to the nerve canal on my right side. And that's why I couldn't feel my right arm, but I could feel my toes. So I was like, okay, I could become left-handed or figure it out. So, but I didn't. And with the freedom to choose and the freedom to allow my belief that my body could do, and my mind and my spirit and my emotions could all do what it needed to do, I was able to, in 3 months, be symptom-free, even though the neurosurgeon told me that I would have no arm left and I wouldn't be able to move my neck. And I was standing in a headstand for 20 minutes in 6 months, and I got a repeat CT scan that showed that those fractures had healed, and the thing moved back. And I would never, ever tell someone that broke their neck to do that. Just to be clear, I would only tell them to really trust and find who they were, right? So they could do what's true for them. So thanks for sharing, Corey. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little art project. So on this table here, because we like to bring in breathing and art and music and things like that into our community gatherings. So on this table here, maybe Yasha, my dear. Oh yeah, Sarah, you could pick something up, or Yasha could pick something up. And so that's uli uli, right? People know that from hula, right? So that has little beads, little beady things in it. And there she goes. And in those beads, on those trays, that's what's inside of it. And that's from our farm. They're all over our farm. They're called little uli ulis. So we're going to pass this little thing around if you'd like. And we're going to have you actually take out the little beady things. And then on the table, we have many different things that you can put the uli ulis in. So Yasha's going to demonstrate because she likes to do these things. Okay. There is a large container. If you put some beads in a large container, shake, shake, shake. Certain tone, certain tone. Now, there's another one. Ooh, kind of dull, but okay, let's do that really like chicka, chicka, chicka. Ooh, if we do it, we could do it in the mic, but no, I'm just kidding. So if you want to, you can find your little instrument. If you have one of those Easter egg things, the plastic eggs you just bought by any chance, no, it's not Easter. We tried to find them, but it's not Easter. So we found other things. So you can take a few uli beads off and you can put it in whatever container you feel like it. You can also grab one of the ones that are made, but it's so much more fun to make your own. And then we're going to put some music on and you're going to stand up and we're going to shake them. Oh, you don't have to. This is not controlling you, but possibly. So we can move around and shake. So you can stand up if you want and come to the table, or we can try to bring it to you. And you can just peel a few of those things off. If you're not sure what those uli beads are, we can show you. All right.